Hi, and welcome to another Cadence Tech video. Today we're going to be talking about the QRS6k3. This is the cousin to the 6k2. The difference is here is we're adding in a 2-inch mid-range. This is about sound quality. We're about trying to make things sound as good as they possibly can. In a three-way setup, we can actually deal with a lot of issues. First off, we'll go over a few things. As just like in all the other drivers, we do have a grill that comes with all our drivers that you do have the ability to show off. The 6.5 again is a polypropylene cone with a woven Kevlar base. This again deals with several things. One of them is dampening. Dampening is basically in a nutshell, we're dampening out the nasty in a speaker by using this cone. It also gives us a very rigid or stiff cone in a very lightweight mass. So this also gives us the ability to have good overall efficiency and good overall output. The phase plug here is designed again to deal with off-axis response issues that come with the speaker and on-axis response issues at high frequencies. This has to deal with what happens at the distance of the width of the cone and stuff like that at that frequency. Basically, what ends up happening is the speaker starts to beam, and what we want to do is we want to deal with those frequency response problems. The second thing here is going to be the 2-inch. Now, the 2-inch is a neat little unit because the way that it works is that you basically put a hole in a panel like this, and then you screw it down like this. So it's a compression style fit. Now, you can do several things. Since a lot of companies out there, or I should say a lot of individuals, DIYers and also stereo installers and stuff, have been doing pillar locations, you can actually do both a tweeter and a mid-range in a pillar configuration if you wish to. You could also put the mid-range in the door and the tweeter in the pillar, or you put all three of them in the door, however the configuration is going to fit the best way. Now, what we've done, because we know that this is going to happen, a lot of people are going to do this, we have the crossover as part of the, as the design of fixing the phase anomalies and amplitude problems and stuff that can happen in here. All right, I want to get back real quickly to the mid-range driver. This is our mid-range driver. This is a 2-inch mid-range driver. This is a paper cone material. The grill here is integrated on, so it doesn't actually come off. Well, I should say it's glued down. And then it's a neodymium motor assembly. Now, this is a high-efficient driver, very smooth within the response curve that it operates in. Then you also have the 25mm silk dome tweeter. This is going to be, again, a high-efficient driver. Smooth at the top end, very simple to use. It also comes with multiple mounting systems if you wish to. You can use these right here. Or again, like I said earlier, if you want to do A-pillar configurations where you're actually mounting the drivers together here, or separated a little bit farther apart, or mount them together in the door as one unit, or mount the mid-range in the mid-bass in the door, and then mount the tweeter in the pillar. However you wanted to configure these, that would be perfectly fine, because what we've done here is we've designed this crossover. And this crossover is designed to deal with these variations and anomalies that happen amongst the drivers. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the crossover system. Okay, the first thing that we did here is, again, just like in the two-way system, we changed the crossover mid-range crossovers high frequency cutoff. And so you have a low and a high position. That basically means there's two different crossover points. That's going to be associated with when you move these drivers away from the 6.5. So the farther we move them away, such as if we put these in an A pillar, we want to go ahead and put this in the high frequency position. But if they're closer by and stuff like that, you put it in the low frequency position. The other thing is again, we have tweeter phase. This also can be done manually. And just so you know, for the mid-range, we did not add a switch in there for the mid-range. That was something that I figured that what we would do is just manually flip the polarity if necessary. It should not be necessary, but because the crossover between these two, as long as these are close together, there's almost no phase problems between these two. So you shouldn't have to flip the polarity, but if you do, you can manually flip the polarity. And again, we also have the level attenuation for the tweeter itself. Again, we want to be able to attenuate the tweeter so that we can match the overall output. This set here is going to be more of a top-end or high-end type, configuration for most people because it is a three-way system. But here at Cadence, we've decided that we wanted to have something that would, be a very good, cost-effective, high-end type system, and that is what the QRS6k3 is.